Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Perfect. Honestly, I never get let down when I roast my own coffee. When I try other coffees, it's hit or miss. There are good ones, yes. But when I roast my own, 10 out of 10 times, it's a perfect cup of coffee. Every note, every flavor, all the gases and vapors and things coming up through my sinuses, what I'm smelling, what I'm tasting, what I'm smelling from inside my sinuses, what I'm smelling from outside. Magnificent. It seems like the perfect sponsor for the Daybreak Show, and I've had many sponsors, would be like a coffee roaster. Like literally a unit that roasts coffee. Not so much the coffee roasting company, but maybe the company that makes the roasters would be a great sponsor. I don't know. I have that stovetop corn popper with a crank that just does a great job. I was going to say something to you. I'd never noticed this before, and I never said it. Many times, I should say most of the time, when I say that I'm stirring the coffee with chopsticks, do you realize those are the first words to come out of my mouth in the morning? First words. I do no talking. When I wake up, I just go through a little morning routine in the kitchen, feed the pets, and then whatever comes out. So I do sometimes have a different sound depending on the conditions of my throat. So it's not like I have done any vocal exercises. So sometimes my voice surprises me for the good or for the bad in the morning, because these are the first words that are coming out of my mouth. And I can't hear myself. I speak a little bit louder because for you new people, I don't hear out of my right ear. And here I only have 50% hearing. So I have to speak a little bit louder. I enunciate a little bit more in order to resonate. I want that vocal resonation through the tissue in the back of my throat and going through the small bones of my hearing apparatus. Just a little Sultan trivia there. I made an observation once about a relationship that I had that literally the words that came out of my mouth were, I am productive without you. You are destructive without me. Talk about a mismatch. Talk about people that should not be together. Are you like that? Are you productive when the person in question is not in your life? And are they destructive when you are not in their life? Sounds like a one-way street, doesn't it? They need you to hold their crap together, and you get more done without them. 2019 is the year that you get unstuck. Maybe that relationship needs to be unstuck. Pry it loose. Get out. You know who you are. The 2019 right-wing extremist definition, let me give this to you. Avoid drugs, avoid alcohol, avoid porn, stay in shape physically and mentally, Spend time outside. Don't hate yourself for your ethnic background, whoever you are. Love your country, love your history, love your culture. Ooh, extremism. Don't ever be like the person who says, I wonder what this button does. Anyone I encounter, or any experience that I have, or any letter that I read can end up being a topic for discussion in a video. My life is the material. This week's social media, it's now Tuesday morning, on the Daybreak Show with the Sultan. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, I will be on The Masculine Geek. If you have not subscribed to The Masculine Geek YouTube channel and podcast, please do so. I will be on there live, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Wednesday night. Thursday night, a live chat for members only. Anyone else can chat if they want, if they do super chat, but live chat for members only during the premiere of my documentary called The Collectors. If you liked People of the Pen, you're going to love The Collectors. That's on Thursday night, live here on this channel. And Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, that is the time that seems to be the best for people on both coasts for live things. And I do want to go to bed earlier, but I do try to accommodate people because I get up so early. But I want to accommodate people, and I want to be able to, I like the power and the spirit of live broadcasts versus just a recorded video. Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 50 things you will feel after a breakup or a divorce and what you can do about it, part 2, here on this channel. Last week we did part 1, so that'll be this Friday night. Why Friday night? Because I will never forget many years ago being divorced, and the hardest thing to do was to go through the weekends. After you go through your period of the revolving door of partners going in and out, and that gets old after a while, and believe me, it does, you are still left with yourself. And Friday and Saturday nights have a memory for me that were initially a little bit bitter. So what I decided to do was do my after breakup and divorce, post-divorce, post-breakup survival type shows on Fridays and Saturday nights for those that need it live. And of course, it gets archived and you can watch it anytime. But I feel that those nights are the most important for people when it comes to surviving and thriving. And that's why I called the series the Surviving and Thriving series. May 3rd, 4th, and 5th is the Patriarch edition of the 21 Convention. You need to be there if you're a man who is a father or want to be a father. I will be speaking along with other top content creators, authors, thought leaders, men who speak about men, men who speak to men. It's going to be incredible. You will develop friendships there that you never, ever will anywhere else. I don't care. There's not a clubhouse in the world where you can find the type of camaraderie that you get at a 21 convention. If you are a father or want to be a father, it's very important that you're there. If you have any financial issues, I am authorized to give you a partial scholarship to offset some of that cost. But it's a sacrifice for everybody. There's the 21 Convention Patriarch Edition. You pay for your hotel, pay for your flight down there, you pay for your food. So it's 3 to 4 days that are amazing and life-changing if you're a father. Absolutely incredible. Let me get another sip of this coffee. It's way too good. So good. Let's have some quotes by one of my favorite presidents, George Washington. You are going to fall in love with Washington after you hear these quotes. I'm going to do some quotes every single day. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad excuse. All I am owed to my mother. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute all my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her. That's the first president of the United States. No man who is profligate in his morals or a bad member of the civil community can possibly be a true Christian or a credit to his own religious society. Let me read that again. No man who is profligate in his morals or a bad member of the civil community can possibly be a true Christian or a credit to his own religious society. So he's speaking to everyone here. Profligate. Let's take a look and see what that means. I want to get the precise definition. That's not a word that you hear very often in today's life, is it? Profligate, an adjective. Recklessly extravagant or wasteful in his use of resources. As a noun, it is a licentious, dissolute person. For the adjective used in a sentence, there's profligate consumers of energy, wasting energy, wasting resources. Synonyms are wasteful, extravagant, spendthrift, improvident, prodigal, immoderate, excessive, thriftless, imprudent, reckless, irresponsible. We know some of those words. It's amazing how you need a dictionary to look up the words that are the synonyms. That's why I'm a huge fan of dictionaries. A noun. As a noun, a licentious, dissolute person. Synonyms would be a lech, a degenerate, a libertine, a reprobate, a roue. I guess that's how you would say R-O-U-E, roue or roue. I don't know. If you know that, please put a comment down below. A rake. Now those are words, now that's a rabbit hole right there. I'll start looking those words up. But the original statement, no man who is profligate in his morals or a bad member of the civil community can possibly be a true Christian or a credit to his own religious society. So whoever you are, if you are wasteful of resources, you can't be a credit to the people that you claim to associate with, no matter who you are. And finally, to be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace. Let me say that again. To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace. Quotes by our country's, America's first president, George Washington. Let's talk for just 1 second about the first thing that I said in the Daybreak Show. I am productive without you. You are destructive without me. Are you mismatched in a relationship or a friendship or with someone who you spend an enormous amount of time with? Are you with them out of pity? Are you with them out of habit? Or are you with them because you are serving them? Or you serve their purposes? Maybe it's time to move. Maybe it's time to turn the page, go to the next chapter that you get to write and that no one else gets to write for you. Finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show.